Hey everybody, pardon me. I did not mean to be so rude. It was not me, it was my food. It just popped up to say hello, and now it's gone back down below. It's Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. I didn't fart, I burped a little bit. Anyway, I'm a little late on today's daily. Yesterday's daily was really fun. I had a great time. We won, we ranked relatively well, at least at the time. Dude, there's a button at the bottom that just says view my score. Oh my god. Is that new, or have I been spending 100 years searching for no reason when the button has been there the whole time? Anyway, I read on the Slay the Spire subreddit today's daily, little bit of an easier archetype. Start with 2 colorless cards. Irrelevant because we start with a random deck of 50 cards, and then Cursed Run. So curses are an advantage right off the bat. Whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed. Typically, because of Duvu Doll, and I guess to a lesser extent, Darkstone Paryapt. I will never learn how. Just call it friggin' Darkstone Necklace, okay? Because of those two... Oh man, 3 elites on this path too. We should really have no problem building a run that's decent from a strength perspective, and we really have no negatives right now either. Like, you know, we don't lose HP when we go room to room. Just make sure we're being smart here. Double your current block. Well, we want to make sure... I think we probably want to do... It's going to take a second to get a little bit of our sea legs here. 3 weak and 3 vulnerable. Seems okay. And if we make him weak, how much damage is he going to do? He's going to lose like 3, so he'll still deal 8. So I actually feel like we probably want to do like an uppercut Iron Wave. We do still end up taking 3 damage, but that's irrelevant for the most part when you're talking about 4 energy and also healing after everything's done. Deal 16 damage, so something like this and this. Okay. Usually a 50 card deck. Yeah. I can see Rupture being good as well, but I mean, it doesn't. The size of our deck doesn't really matter. What I will say, the size of our deck actually matters a ton, to be clear. But for the present moment, it doesn't matter if we add a bunch of cards. What we might want to do is do something like, when you start with 50 cards, why not add a Mind Blast if you find one at a shop? Because you can get like 50 damage on the first turn every single time. So, I think something like this, something like that. This seems like it's already a little bit on the easier side, to be honest with you. Sword Boomerang is not going to be amazing to start with, probably, but the fact that we're presumably going to get a lot of curses makes it much better. Dude, absolutely. Throw some curses in the deck. Our deck, again, I can't stress it enough. Even if we don't get Blue Candle, it's so thick, we're probably very, very rarely going to see... draw 1 card. Very rarely going to see the curses. Draw 1 card. Place a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. Why not? It's 0. We may never need to see Disarm, so let's just dump that. And we don't really need to gain energy, so I'll tell you what. Armaments, Sword Boomerang. Headbutt you, bring back Sword Boomerang. Pass turn. One day I'm going to remember if these guys weaken or frail me. And I'm not going to say, is he going to frail me? I hope he doesn't frail me. Either way. I will say, I'm not trying at all to be... Don't take this as a negative thing for Slay the Spire. Yo, this is a pretty intense battle here. To be honest with you. Just trying to see math-wise. Okay, anytime I can wipe out an enemy in a single hit, it's going to be a nice priority for me. You're dealing 8 damage. And I can kill one of you, so I'll tell you what, I'll take the 4 damage, and that's fine. I wish that the difficulty curve was a little smoothed out. And this is not just an early access game, this is the beta branch of the early access game. 19 damage? You offend me when you do that. Let's see what we got here. Double tap. Your next attack is played twice. It is kind of unnecessary, but for 2 energy, we could definitely get 1 kill. So let's get rid of Disarm for now. I guess we'll bring back a Flex, even though we're only going to need to do like 2 damage to our other enemy. So yeah, don't take it. I have realistic expectations. I mean, you know, I play some of these games that are in beta. I love early access, by the way. I'm the fringe case. I'm the guy ruining Steam because I'm like, ooh, that looks like a cool idea. I play it once in beta and go, it's got a long way to go, and then I never touch it again for like 3 years until it's actually out. But oh, you know what? We don't heal after every fight because we don't have the standard relic, but that's okay. We could probably afford to go right off the bat here. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. But yeah, some of them are, I think largely, if you raise the difficulty like 10% on average, and then stop having ones that are 400% difficult and the ones that are 400% easy, it would go a long way. Dude, I don't know. This isn't that much damage now that I look at it. I do kind of like disarm, and maybe we could play disarm and debuff him without him coming alive, but you know, Frampton here, just keep sleeping. We're going to find a better way to deal damage. 34 damage is pretty good. Not amazing. I want to point that out. Not amazing, but pretty good. And X random colorless cards in your hand. Okay, so I like a weaken, honestly. And then you're dealing 13 damage. I think it's actually, normally I don't fight this boss like this, but I don't think it's a bad idea to just take 1 damage and deal another 4 back. Well, if we play armaments, we can play a clash. And probably the best upgrade, it's 4 damage. Gives you an extra couple of block. Are we even going to play it? Yeah, we'll play it. You know we'll play it. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Hit him with a quick little twin strike. Headbutt. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable bringing back a clash. Just bring back a Sever Soul and he's almost certainly dead. And in the end, we didn't lose very much HP, which is important because we don't heal after every fight anymore, and we want to make sure that we can kill this guy. And kill all the elites in our path without resting as much as possible. Tiny Chest. I really think Tiny Chest is just okay. Headbutt's so good. I think that's one of those cards that it might not be the best card in the Ironclad suite, but I'm almost never sad to see it, especially if I've got a deck that's like rich in draw. Pommel for 10. You're very lucky. What do you got for me? Seeing Red. Okay, now with 4 energy, we can do this. We can kill some of them, at least. You have 24 HP. You have 18. You have 17. I do think you want to start here, and then maybe we can get this guy in 1 hit. Yeah, we can. We probably want to pommel first. Let's pommel you. Searing Blow you. We're only going to take 3 damage. That's not bad at all. Obviously, we're going to need to rest before our boss fight. I mean, that's what the regen potion is for as well. We might not need to rest. If we can just pop the regen potion on a fight that goes on longer than like 2 turns. You know what? Add another headbutt as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't bother me. I continue to add cards that seem decent. And this deck, to me right now, it looks kind of like agnostic. You know what I mean? Well, let's run the math. It's important, you know? If we hit you here, we'll hit you for 14, and then you'll be vulnerable. And then we'll deal 12 damage times 3. So 36 damage plus 14. That's 50 damage. Is my math right there? You should be at 32. Yeah. It's a pretty good turn. And I did the math. I didn't compare it to any other alternatives, but I did the math, and I was like, whoa, 32 damage. It's pretty good. Well... might... oh, we'll still get him. Doesn't matter. Okay, so anytime you can do this and, you know, kill an elite in 2 turns, you're looking pretty good. Honestly, War Paint, I think, is relatively bad. Another curse is great, though. 367 gold. One day we'll get a shop, dude. I promise you this. For now, we're very happy with the curses because it raises our strength. This seems like this daily, honestly, might come close to playing itself. Well, to be real with you, it doesn't seem like the worst idea to gain 30 whatever block. But I do also think... Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of want Headbutt to target nothing. Anything that results in us not taking any damage, I think, is positive. But I did look at Transmutation, and I was like, maybe we could make that work, but He's not attacking, so this is kind of not great, but I'll hit you. I'll bring back another Headbutt. Might as well disarm you. I guess we Rage and then Flame Barrier. At least it's 4 damage. Like, it makes you easier to kill next turn. We need to, what we would really benefit from is, and really the only way we're going to make this happen is if we make items or cards innate, or we get like the perfect suite of relics. Yeah. But I would love to have some more consistent strength gain. This would be a great time to draw our first Whirlwind, by the way. We can do something here. So it's Corruption. This allows us to have a really good first turn. Infernal Blade now gives us Hemokinesis. And actually, we'll dual wield Hemokinesis. Now we got 2 of them. Something, something, this is getting out of hand. Sure, we will lose some HP in doing this, but not enough to be too bummed, I think. And, oh, 5 damage to all enemies. What? Oh, we exhausted it via Corruption, so we got our energy back. Not that that really ended up being necessary, but honestly, we should let you hit me for 5 and take out one of the debuffs. Bring back one of our Hemokinesises. Nothing wrong with this so far. Really, I think this run, actually, the reason... You might say, why is NL so... He seems salty about a daily that's easy. Like, what, can't video games just be fun? Dude, it's about... Yeah, I mean, yes, first off, and I'm not that good at this game to begin with. So I don't want to act like it's a waste of my time to do an easy daily. But first off, you know, I'm well invested in the court of public opinion. I gotta be real with you. I don't think this is a strong enough offensive turn. I'm you know, invested in the court of public opinion. I want to win tough dailies, if possible, because it makes me look better, to be 100% with you. This is a turn. And I think, you know what, let's pop this. Moreover, my score attack skills are trash, as we've established myriad times in the past. This'll work. So for me to have a daily like this, well, we might as well actually start there. And then bring back, like, Bludgeon, probably. And then hit you with this. So for me to be in a score attack situation is not something I'm a huge fan of, because other people, like that absolute villain, Tyler Glale, they just destroy me on a regular basis because they know the score attack formula better than I do. And I could learn it. I know you can already hear you. You could learn it. Yeah, okay. Wow, you make it sound so easy. Just, oh, go on the internet, how to score high and Slay the Spire. Like, it's just like there's some kind of search engine I could just type that into, or perhaps a social media website where I could go look at what other people have suggested is a good strategy. You make it sound so easy in your mythical version of the internet that doesn't exist yet. Obviously it does. Anyway, straight up, my personal opinion right now. Why take damage that is unnecessary when you know this guy's gonna die anyway? And you can just scroll down past the video and read the comments we've been leaving. Okay, alright. I see your point. I'm totally wrong with Rage. It's whenever you play an attack, gain block. It's not whenever you play... Yeah, we'll do it like this. Whenever you play block, do 4 damage. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyway, this guy is going to live long enough to debuff us, but that's not that bad because we actually have our regen potion active anyway. And he's still going to get dusted by, like, literally any attack, so... Easy money. Strawberry's just okay. I think our max HP is going to be so high that it really doesn't matter that we just got Strawberry, but sure, I mean, I'm not upset by it. I'm realizing as well, I mean, first off, this is great to deal 36 damage on turn 1. Yeah, we'll just do that. I actually am an idiot and should have done slightly less damage. Like, even if we play... What was our other... I forgot what our 1 energy card there is. But anyway, we shouldn't have done that. Either way. See red quickly. Exhaust all non-attack cards, gain 5 block for each. I think we're going to take a hit here. 14 and 6. Yeah, well... Gotta be real with you, not my finest moment. We're going to take 12 damage. We're really going to throw... No, this is stupid. Just take your lumps. Like, I was going to throw a weakness potion at the guy doing 10 damage. What does that mean in the whole scheme of things? Yeah, it means you spend a potion to stop this dude from doing like 3 damage before you just kill him. So, not really the finest moment in my, the idea of my Isaac career there. So there you go. Not Isaac, Slay the Spire. 2 totally different games. Oh, and I could just go look at the Steam library and see the title of the game listed in English, and then... Anyway. I still don't think we need to rest before our boss. I'd really rather not. Energy potion? Who are we fighting? I'm kind of the opinion we probably do not need a dex potion. And an energy potion is a little bit more valuable for us right out of the gate. I'm probably overvaluing Twin Strike now. Is that the general consensus? I'm taking a lot of Twin Strike. Probably we don't want Disarm. We'd rather have anything that hits a lot of enemies. And then this will deal 16 damage, so we'll dust you. We'll dust you and bring back the other headbutt by default. It would be nice, I mean, 1 Reaper in the deck. I know that that's... People are like, NL, you overvalue this card to an enormous degree. I don't doubt it. You know what? Give me a... Well, first off, give me Clothesline, so this dude's definitely dead. But give me a Transmutation. Hey! First time we ever played it. Another very useful thing. I mean, first off, we got so much money. Like, we want to hit a shot up, or a shop up as soon as possible. But it's obviously not going to happen until the next floor. The thing is... What are we gonna upgrade? You know, we're pretty early on in this run. Is there any... I'm looking at things that, like, could become innate. Like, are there any... Brutality becomes innate. Lose 1 HP, draw a card. I don't know if we want that because we don't have regen. It doesn't mean it's bad. Like, the draw is probably still worth it, but... Corruption just becomes cheaper. Admittedly, like... Okay, sure. I see your point. Blind becomes pretty good. Whirlwind. It's... I don't know, though. Like, without anything becoming innate that I can see, you know, you're probably never going to see these cards twice in any given battle. So is it worth an upgrade? Well, the answer, unfortunately, I think is yes. Because, and I do mean unfortunately in this case, because, there's no reason at all to heal on this guy. So we'll just hope we get the one we're looking for. But the thing is, we will play Bloodletting here, just so we can play Clash. And we'll hit you, and we'll Twin Strike you, and we'll Rampage. And then Clash is actually worth nothing, but it's not like it matters in the whole scheme of things, because we would have taken you down to defensive mode anyway. So yeah, I mean, upgrading a card is good if we draw it. If we don't draw it, it's not as good. Since we played Rampage, I think here's what we want to do. I do kind of like a Shockwave, but I'll just put up a Flame Barrier, headbutt you, bring back Rampage. And we got so many headbutts, we might actually be able to get a good Rampage cycle going here, even though it seems almost unfathomable in a 66-card deck. We got that kind of deck where if somebody sat down next to you with it at Friday Night Magic, you would be like, what went wrong, my dude? What kind of... Like, are you about to body me? Or are you about to learn what this game's really all about? So we're about to take 14 damage, but it doesn't matter because we heal after every fight, or every boss fight anyway. Yeah, we do want... It's a great turn to draw that. Make you weak, you're dealing 12 damage, which is still going to be annoying, but... I think we still... You headbutt, and you always are going to bring back a Rampage in this situation. And then we could either bash you for increased vulnerability, or we could hit you for 20 damage, which will interrupt your attack, so we'll interrupt your attack. And really, at this point, you're pretty much done. Once you pass the boss in HP, you're usually in the clear. And I'm gonna, like, put that to the test, because I'm gonna headbutt you. Or, sorry, rampage you. Then I'm gonna headbutt. I'm gonna bring back our rampage. Sword boomerang, I don't know. It's a little wonky there. We'll headbutt you again, and we'll bring back bludgeon. And all of a sudden, there's, like, no mathematical way we could lose here. So I do think we made the right decision to upgrade Inflame, even though Inflame literally did not show up. I don't know what to tell you. Resting was worse. Maybe there's a better card to upgrade, but... I mean, we could afford a barricade. But... I'm trying to see... You know... We do sort of have an exhaust synergy with Fiendfire, Sever Soul, even though they don't show up that often. So the thing is, we don't really need 5 energy right now. But we might in the future. And we already have 3 strength to enemies 2 strength. A lot of enemies are going to be really annoying with this, like the birds on the next floor. And there is a case to be made, maybe, that Snecko Eye is the right call here, but I really prefer this in a deck that is manageable and primarily expensive, so I don't know if I can justify it. And, I mean, Runic Cube I actually think is pretty good as well. But I think we can afford to try Philosopher's Stone here. We're about to gain more strength anyway, because we just became cursed, right? Like, whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed. Where's my curse? 1, 2, 2? Really? Really? Okay, so we can fight 2 elites if we go this path. It also gives us a shop, and we're gonna have so much money. I'm telling you, dude, Mind Blast. Maybe we did get the curse, actually, now that I think about it. Mind Blast is gonna crush here. Thing is, I mean, these guys are strong. So we're going to start here. Actually, we have 5 energy. What am I worried about? Upgrade Infernal Blade. It gives you block as well. Infernal Blade becomes free. Now we get Heavy Blade. That's 23 damage, which is actually 34 damage. So you're definitely going to be in a weird spot. And then you're going to be in a weird spot as well. And now we're learning what we need in this deck. And what we need in this deck is some kind of draw. I mean, it's pretty rich to base that off one single turn, but it appears that's going to be part of the game-winning formula here. Some kind of draw. Dude, straight up, an upgraded Armaments Plus. It's not that good because I know we're never going to see the cards that get upgraded ever again because our deck is too thick. But it's not necessarily that big of a deal. This is a bad turn 1. We need draw. Wow, this is like still not any better. So I really think we take, like, we play Corruption. We play Brutality. We want more draw to kill this guy quickly. We might as well hit you for 15 and then, you know, shuffle a Panache. Okay. Play 5 cards in a single turn. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Not that unreasonable. When you consider all of our skills are going to be free. We'll definitely gain that for certain. And I don't want to exhaust every card in my hand right now. The thing is, like, it's extremely easy for me to play 5 cards in a single turn. Except for the fact that almost all of them involved some form of exhausting my hand, which puts me in a weird spot. So yeah, I don't know. We're still doing it. Keep in mind, we haven't taken any damage here yet, so I'm not feeling the burn too much. Whirlwind, 8 damage, that's 40 damage, and it's more than... Oh, no, it's not because of... Yeah, gotcha. Still 40. Or I could deal 38 for 4 damage. Then what am I doing with... Okay. We're gonna take a hit. Or are we? Now that I think about it. What if we took this? 4 times that's 30... Okay, we could kill you. It requires the use of the energy potion, I think, but... Might not have needed to use that, now that I think about it. We could have maybe just used Bludgeon Sever Soul. Still, to get out of that fight without taking damage after drawing essentially trash on the first turn, I think is very solid. Dude, okay, play this. Okay, and then double tap your Clash. We should have played Thunderclap first. Doubtlessly. You gotta go. So that's fair. So I'll hit you here. And now you Thunderclap before you get too ahead of yourself. Would be nice to play Flame Barrier. I'll level with you. I actually think you being weak is an okay situation for us, but we'll knock you out of the equation right off the bat. Yeah, okay, we're making some subtle missteps here, and by subtle I mean everybody can see them but me. Armaments Plus upgrades everything, which means we get more draw. We could play Corruption and then Armaments Plus, and that's actually not that bad now that I think about it. Let's play Corruption. Armaments Plus. Again, we're never going to see the skills again anyway. Draw 2. Free Shrug it off. I think we might as well play Bloodletting, which also then allows us to hit for 24 damage and take none. Is there anything we'd like to bring back? Well, I actually feel like yes. You headbutt, do some damage, bring back a double tap, which is going to be free thanks to Corruption, and then hit for 16. This second floor is going to be tough because it tends to be enemies that hit a lot. Start there, Reaper. Dude, that's pretty good. I actually feel like we got to do some damage to you first, like this. But then a double tap Reaper. Nice little bit of HP gain. Unfortunately, no, you're actually super dead. Okay, that's awesome. That was a good heal. Thank you, Infernal Blade. Considering fire breathing is free, totally fine with it here. And we are going to finally get to a shop. Receive a relic, become cursed, maybe. Okay, good. More curses for me. 3 attacks gives us 4 block. We are playing a lot of attacks. So in general, I don't think we want to remove a curse. In general, I don't think we need to add any cards. Rupture has a chance to be great, admittedly. I think Pen Nib is worth buying, and I don't think anything else is. We're not gonna... Well, actually, we could get another shop on this floor. So yeah, let's save our money and look for a better relic. Don't ask me if I'm a dog person or a cat person. That's a very personal question. All animals are queens in my world, okay? Now, I could weaken you. Seems like a great start. It does suck that it's an innate curse, but we'll just have to get more draw to compensate. Start with a little shrug. Oh, so we could bludgeon you, but pommel's a bit of a better... Yeah. It's just like... Sure, I could hit you, but... I'd much rather hit you for 5 with letter opener, and I totally knew that was gonna happen. Then you hit yourself for 8, and I take no damage in the process. It seems like a much more appropriate situation to me. Corruption might be okay here if this guy were, or if we had any skills in our hand, now that I think about it. Deal 44 damage very easily. What do we have back here? I actually think we like, headbutt. Bring back Pommel. Sever Soul. Headbutt. Bring back Sever Soul. Bring back Shrug It Off just in case. We got a little block thanks to Ornamental Fan, but it's gonna hurt. That would have been a much better turn for a Flame Barrier. This is why I wanted to bring back a block, is because clearly we're having some problems there. So, start with your draw. Hit him with a Thunderclap. Go to your next draw, and then definitely hit him with Clothesline. He's hitting for 15. We're only going to take 3 damage. It's not that bad. You know, I think I have a tendency to look at how much HP we're missing, and the reality of the situation is the vast majority of the time that we play this game, it would probably be more realistic for us to look at how much... You know what? We'll do it this way so we save Pen Nib, and we won't take any damage in the process. Very lucky for me. We can start out like crazy next turn with Pen Nib. Upon pickup, choose a power card at the start of combat. This card will be in your hand. Excellent. We definitely want that cheapened flame. Sure. We need draw, I think, so give me a battle trance here. It was relatively likely we were going to have a decent chance to not have you on turn 1. Or to not have to use our Pen Nib before we got to our next fight. But anyway, dude, I'm looking at this right off the bat, and I'm real cheesed. I gotta let you know. You can probably tell why. We drew no attacks in our first hand, which we really would like to get, like, the Bag of Preparation or something like that at this point. Well, whatever our Pen Nib attack is going to be is that right there. Sword Boomerang is free. That seems great. Well, let's do Fire Breathing. Follow it up with an Impervious. We're taking no damage. And True Grit to exhaust a curse. It would save us 1 HP. It's going to cost us a strength, thanks to Duvu Doll, right? Maybe not. Well, this guy's dead. So things went well somehow. Thank you, Snecko. Looking like a snack. Heavy Blade's going to work well for us here. Probably. Long, narrow bridge. I still think... Bet 50 to win 100. The numbers might add up. But I'm going to take the safe bet most of the time there. Okay, now we have 2 innate curses. So that's actually starting to get to the point where I'm a little bit concerned. Because we also have an innate Inflame. It makes it sort of difficult for us to determine which enemy is going to be conceivable to kill on turn 1. Now, we are going to be able to exhaust them both, but the damage is kind of already done, you know? So, right off the bat, let's drink this. Just make ourselves a little safer. We don't need to take anything else. It's going to be not great. We're going to get hit on turn 1. We avoided weakness. He's going to apply a wound. You're going to hit us. Now, this is where we want things to get real. Definitely, I mean, none of these are going to work, so we might as well keep True Grit in case we actually want to play that. And this will deal 26 damage, but it'll exhaust True Grit. Are we okay with that? I would say probably. But then, like this and a strike kills you. Would I kill you with nothing? Yeah, okay, so fair enough. We lose True Grit if we play this. Is that okay? Would we rather kill you? 16 damage. Okay, hear me out. Explosive Potion. Still think it through. It's like a strike, it just kills you. And then a bludgeon kills you. And True Grit blocks better. I think this might be a better option for us. Again, him adding wounds to the deck is completely irrelevant. Dude, the thing is, like, you have no idea how lucky you are. So, I mean, like, we can gain energy by exhausting this. It doesn't really seem like a great play, but it also does give us enough block. It's becoming very clear, and in a way I feel very lucky that it's becoming so clear what our problems are on this run, because it's going fine, by the way. Oh, enemies with vulnerable taking more damage is also great. We desperately need more draw, which is why I'm taking pommels at every opportunity. Like, there's very rarely a situation where I'm like, draw is not good here right now. Choose one of 20 cards to add to your deck or heal for 39 HP. We may never fight again, so I'm going to add a card, even though it seems probably a little unreasonable. And we do... It's weird to say, but I feel like we kind of need more blocks as well, but... do we have a Heavy Blade in? No. I think Inflame it continues to be fine. Okay, upon... I think Birdface Urn is fine. I think we can definitely take it. And then Bottled Flame. Choose an attack at the start of your turn, or the start of your combat. This will be in your hand. What's our best Especially considering we're gonna have Inflame for certain. I would say that a Heavy Blade, right off the bat, is probably pretty decent to have in our hands. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I remove one innate curse. I don't relish the thought. This guy's gotta go. But it gives us one extra... Deal 7 damage? Because of strength? The thing is, like, I have to interrupt you. Still kills you. Kind of a waste of pen nib, but... Yeah, so, you know, it sucks that when we played, or when we lost our innate curse, we lose 1 strength as a result, but it also is like the difference between being very happy with the situation and being like a little annoyed with the situation. So, you know, giving us 1 extra draw on turn 1 is worth a lot, I think. Works for me. You weaken me, don't you? Yeah. And buff yourself. Extremely rude. I'm just gonna give you one piece of advice, though. In general, I find that it's a lot easier to kill enemies. We don't even need to play anything else. It's a lot easier to kill enemies, or in this case, kill me, when you actually attack. If you focus exclusively on the debuffs, I mean, look at this, you got 3 HP. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna kill you. You got no chance. At this point, it's like, you know, with a 77 card deck, it's fairly irrelevant, but I took Cleave because we do have problems, you know? Like, we have problems with crowd control to some extent. At this point, again, an upgrade is worth so little that I feel like a rest is probably preferable at this point. We gotta be careful with what we make innate because we have so many innate cards already. Like, we're guaranteed these first 3 cards every single time. Which is far from a bad thing. Oh, dude, give me the pommel right up there. Oh! Throw a little flex in there. Oh my god. Can't hit pen nib. We can still do quite a lot of damage. And we have pen nib available for the next turn. 12 damage. I'd rather not hit you with a headbutt, so let's see if we can get something a little better. Sever Soul is not bad. And, you know, you're gonna hit me anyway, so let's... Flex 50 damage. It's pretty good, but... Throw this in there. We definitely do not want a Dark Embrace, of course, as we figured out. Exhaust your non-attack cards. No? Not yet? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. I'll tell you what. I'll hit you with that. It's quite a lot of damage. And then we're not going to hit Ornamental Fan, unfortunately. We're just going to bring back Heavy Blade. And you're going to hit me for 4. Frail me, so you're going to be probably pretty aggressive here. But 25 damage is quite honestly meaningless. I'm going to weaken invulnerable you, and then hit you extremely hard. And then, I'm going to bring back Heavy Blade, yet again. And, I mean, you're going to hit me for 15. I played 3 attacks, so unfortunately we lost 2 block that we would have gotten through Aura Calcium, but so be it. No pen nib. So I think you... Oh, we only get 2 attacks, unfortunately. So you probably... Searing Soul. Heavy Blade. Remember, enemies with Vulnerable take a lot more damage now as well. So we can live through and execute very, very easily here. He's only dealing 45 damage, which is nothing. Ah, we can exhaust our curse, which is awesome as well. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block. Gain 3 block. So it's literally like the exact same as playing Aura Calcium. No pen nib. You know, it should be fairly obvious, but if possible, I would have preferred to have not taken 17 damage or, you know, 35 damage or whatever we took there. I'm not even doing the math because it's, at this present time, not super relevant. I think we start with Pommel so that we can maybe draw a better attack. And that's exactly what happened. You're going to take 60 damage here, and then you're dead. Okay. It went okay, to be honest. Limit Break has to be considered our best option here, I think. The problem is we've only got one of them in our deck from what I've seen, and it shows up so rarely. So, I think Sozu for 6 energy is probably overkill, but I love it. And Black Star is just a little bit too late, and Sozu's worth probably more than 2 relics from elites to begin with. So we're looking for elite paths. We can hit 3 elites. Yeah? Why not, right? When you're going through heck, keep going. This is an easier fight than this normally is. Rest assured, I noticed. This is just good. The only question is, do we want to... No, we can't play Corruption first. Okay, so play this. 15 block. You can live with it, right? And then you just hit this guy. And now you only have to deal with the thorns, which is fine. I still don't understand why the explosive guy, sometimes he just doesn't explode. Part of the business, I suppose. You guys are not hitting me at all, but... I mean, I could kill you. It's gonna do a lot of damage to me. I would say it's probably ill-advised. Play an attack. Gain a few blocks. We still take like 24 damage by doing this. But it would deal 39. So we could kill 1. I don't think it's worth it. Even with the strength potion, I don't think it's worth it. But I can definitely like hit you. Gosh darn you, Spiker. You guys like The Matrix? Pretty good movie. Impervious gives us a lot of breathing room here. I think we're probably just going to kill them, to be honest. 51. Yeah. Not bad. Something to be said about Feel No Pain. Same with, to be fair, same with Heavy Blade. Yeah, honestly, I think we do want to fight here this time. This guy's going to be a pain in the butt, but, you know, the typical draw. Wow, turn 1's going to suck. The typical draw is you just want to take him out as quickly as possible. And you know in the end, you're still going to have to deal with, you know, the Spiker, and you're going to need some block for the Exploder. But if turn 1 is our worst turn, then the dream is real. Normally, we really shy away from the combat here, so... I think you very much start with this. I'm going to take a strength potion. Normally you do want to, and we will, but I'm going to hit you. See what I get. Okay, fire breathing is good. And I forgot that we have this available. So actually... To be honest with you, I think I'm going to kill the Spiker, taking advantage of Pen Nib. We're going to take a little damage in the process, but we might as well wipe out the strong enemy right off the bat. I know we're going to... This is technically the strong enemy, but the Spiker is the more annoying enemy. And then you guys should just be... You should be torn up. When we get to the point that Thunderclap deals 24 damage to all enemies, you're in a good spot. Gambling Chip. Incredible. Extremely good. Considering the innate cards that we have. I don't know, if we're still adding cards, just on the off chance, I suppose, that we get, like, a Mind Blast. But we're not going to hit a shop, so it's, like, fundamentally impossible, I think. I think we can afford to dump Twin Strike, because we already have the attacks that we'd probably play. Yeah, this seems fine. So we'll shrug it off first. Warcry. Get rid of Doubt for certain. This enables Clash, but we are, you know, almost out of energy as a result. But Heavy Blade does 38 damage. Bludgeoning does 40. So we probably want to bash one of you. And then Heavy Blade, Clash the one that's trying to hit us. I think we're like, it seems like we're cruising so far. It seems like a nice daily, just a daily that's, you know, not that much hassle. Could be good, could be bad. So you definitely want a Sword Boomerang. You're so lucky, but True Grit, we wanted to just hopefully hit, hopefully hit Doubt. So actually, do it like that. And then straight up, completely okay with that, so as a result of this, we take no damage. And by exhausting Doubt, we're not made weak for a turn, which is proving fairly relevant. Definitely, you usually start with draw, but like, you can see here, it's pretty clear, it just doesn't matter. Alright, so that's not bad. We can't take block potions, that's right. Generally speaking, I think we want Warcry, but I did think about Hemokinesis, which is just nice damage. Lose 3 HP, gain like 20. Dude, do not drink from the fountain that takes all of your curses away. That would be unfortunate. We will continue to upgrade cards. And again, I'm kind of like, I don't even know what you upgrade at this point. This doesn't become innate. Limit, okay, fair. We can use Headbutt to bring back limit breaks over and over, and it'll pay for itself pretty quickly, but again, an upgrade is not worth as much in a deck that has 800 cards. So we don't need this at all. We definitely don't need Impervious either, so decent start. Certainly we want to Armaments, because then, and we can get Heavy Blade to work with Pommel, so we'll do it like this. Heavy Blade to work with Pen Nib is what I mean to say. So we'll use Heavy Blade. Good. And then definitely Headbutt and bring back Heavy Blade. Although Pommel is also great. To draw 2 with Pommel is awesome. So that's like our ideal first turn right there. Being weak does suck. It would be nice to get Ginger, but what can you do? I don't think you really need... I think you're fine with a weak and then a shrug. You know, whenever a card gets exhausted, draw a card. So, you know, you look at that with Fiendfire and you go, okay. But, I don't know. I kind of feel like we accept our damage. And, or rather don't. Yeah, okay, I'm stupid. Because I was thinking, like, what would be cool is if we use this on Heavy Blade to make it better, but Heavy Blade's already been upgraded, but I guess I shouldn't be complaining about Heavy Blade being upgraded, because that's, you know, it's an enabler for us to begin with. Anyway, this guy did nothing to us, and we're no longer weak, so life's good. You really only deal 6 damage? That's like an insult. So we will Headbutt, bring back Limit Break, Pommel Strike you, bring back, play Limit Break again, obviously. Throw a little Flame Barrier out there, and my friend, you are in a terrible spot. I have 32 strength up. A Body Slam does 32 damage when I have 0 block. How does that make you feel? There's like no reason not to play Rage, so I will play Rage. I'm not gonna play Brutality, because my general conceit right now is my dude should definitely be dead next turn anyway, but we'll see. Ha, joke's on you, we were already weak. We don't draw, so let's start here. Hemokinesis for 34. I think we have you. I wish I didn't have to waste Pen Nib, but it's better than taking the 32 damage from his hit. Plated Armor is fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with Plated Armor. Clash has been relatively easy to enable so far. Let's keep the dream alive here, dude. These are the worst. I hate fighting you. But recently... 17 damage. Get out of here. I don't get out of bed for less than 30 damage, okay? So, definitely want to kill you. So we'll start Inflame. We're not going to hit a Pen Nib, obviously, so... you know, maybe it's better to kill one of these guys, because you just put, like, Dazed in my deck, right? We know we're going to want to block, so let's start with a draw, and that's fine. And then we'll do a little pommel as well. Sever Soul, 28 damage. Can't play them both, unfortunately. So we're going to weaken whichever one of you I'm going to keep alive. Ah, thank you. This seems fine, honestly. I mean, if we play 3 skills on the next turn, the repulsor dies. Well, we're not going to play 3 skills on the next turn. That seems abundantly clear. Ugh. Okay, so this guy, he only needs to take like 5 damage to die. I'm a little concerned about, like, I don't really mind you. Okay, I think I'll wipe you out. And then I'm thinking about you. We can definitely justify hitting you twice. We get 6 block again. That was completely fine. And we could upgrade a card. Again, I think that's functionally worth about 0 here. I don't mind fighting an enemy. Like, I think we've made some of the right choices on this run. Fire breathing. Inflame. It's nice to be able to heal a little bit off of the powers, even though it doesn't seem like it's worth that much. This is easy. Clash. Heavy Blade. Headbutt. You bring back Heavy Blade. The whole point of it is that Pen Nib next turn is going to be used with Heavy Blade, and we can do like 70-something damage, maybe? Well, less because we're weak, but... Typically, you'll start with a Battle Trance. I guess we could have headbutted and brought back Heavy Blade again, which actually would have been probably a much better idea. It would be nice to make you vulnerable first, but I think it's just sadly better to hit you and then make you vulnerable. And since we're frail, I don't really want to put up block. I don't really want to get hit for 27 either, but... I'll use that to bring back Heavy Blade. And it's a little annoying that you're going to hit me decently. Well, it's only 11, honestly. But Heavy Blade should... Oh, we're still weak. Good God. You're not weak. I'm happy I moused over. Demon Form, honestly, is kind of tempting. We have the HP typically to make this work. Oh, good, another innate curse. Although, to be honest with you, I mean, Juzu Bracelet is literally going to be used one time. But another innate curse is not that big of a deal because we'll just get rid of it with Gambling Chip anyway. So we should just be thankful for the extra strength upgrade. It's pretty much what we want here. It's gonna bash, pommel, probably Heavy Blade, and that is good enough to get a kill. So we're gonna end up taking like 8 damage. No, right, because of Plated Armor, we're gonna end up taking 3 damage. And then hopefully, because Pen Nib is close, hopefully we can get this guy. I honestly think you go for the Heavy Blade. I don't even think it's close. So you Battle Trance to target it, smack him. Very easy fight. Oddly Smooth Stone is fine, I think. Dual Wield being pre-upgraded is what makes that the consensus right choice for me, I think. Again, I mean, you know the deal at this point. Pretty much, anytime we get a Headbutt, we're a very happy person here because, like, you got 51. So let's go for the one that's attacking us. So you probably start Heavy Blade, Headbutt, bring back Heavy Blade. Now we got that next turn, so one of these is probably dead. And then it's 28 plus another 14. Just go on you, hit you again, and we'll bring back another Headbutt, which again, if we get any draw, allows us to play Heavy Blade twice next turn because we have 6 energy. So this is, like, we're walking it in right now. It's pretty much what it's come down to. We didn't get draw, which sucks. And we can't play everything, obviously. We need 8 energy for that. So... I mean, I don't want to get hit by either of you if possible. It should be abundantly clear. We have 11 block if we don't put up any block. Right off the bat, I think you like this. I'm aware. Yeah, maybe with letter opener we could have done something better there, but sure, we'll take 11 damage. It's not that bad. I mean, you are just extremely dead. Mostly I was looking to see if we got like a feed or a reaper or something like that, but I guess it only would have healed us for one regardless. Alright, so we got 90 HP. We're fighting the head again. I think it's a dream come true. Dude, our score today should be pretty okay. I think Infernal Blade is fine. It can give you a 2 or more... Oh, and we do have Pen Nib immediately. It can give you a 2 or more power attack for free, so... I don't know. Okay. 140 damage, turn 1. Not bad. And this is our last real test before the final boss, in case that's not obvious. This one sucks, dude. It's amazing that a demon form only uses half of our energy, but... I'm playing that for like the 2 extra damage from anger. But the other thing is, again, we're never going to see Impervious again, unless we want to via Headbutt. We don't really want to, we just want to hit you. Man, we're drawing, like, kind of garbage. He's still half dead, but... definitely I'm feeling like, compared to the last time we fought him, we're in kind of a much weaker spot. This could work. So I he's already vulnerable. I think you double tap, and then you love an uppercut, and then you love a headbutt, and you're just bringing back Heavy Blade. Oh, which kills him thanks to Pen Nib. Perfect. First time you lose HP, draw 3 cards. Another Heavy Blade. I don't know, another Pommel might have been a better decision there. That went fine. Another Curse, I love it. Singing Bowl, completely useless at this point in our lives. So be it. And then this guy, and then the boss. Pretty easy daily. I do wish we had extra draw. But that's life, I suppose. No extra draw. And we still did 64 damage turn 1. Just like, I really feel like having 7 cards would have been ideal. The other way you could have played this, I think if you're a genius, the way you play this run is a lot different. Which is probably substantially clear, but we are going to take 14 or something like that. 9. What if you upgraded a Pommel and then used Fire in a Bottle to give you 2 card draw innately at the start of every turn? I think that would be a big positive. Centennial Puzzle does give us good draw, so if we draw Bloodletting on our starting hand, we should definitely keep it. And again, the headbutts are like, they just do it for us, so. Rest. Back to 135 HP, proceed. It's the Awakened one. I haven't fought this guy in forever. When we play Powers, he wakes up. But we're gonna play Powers. I'm gonna stick with Bludgeon, and it's kind of like against my better judgment, but, we played 44 damage. I kind of feel like it's a good turn for Impervious. And if that's the case, well, still, Heavy Blade is just literally the best item for us here, so, or best card, I should say. But this way, we get ahead of the competition. We gain 3 strength, he gained 2. That's not too bad. And we can take out these guys relatively easily. No draw. But if I'm being real with you, it's definitely going to be like a headbutt. Bring back Heavy Blade. We have Pen Nib. But I don't really want to exhaust these yet. You probably want to upgrade everything. You certainly want to disarm this guy. You then entrench. And then you'll sever soul and knock this guy off the planet here. We're going to take 4 damage. And now we can focus on the awakened one. It's not bad. So to weaken him is a necessary part of the game here. Do we have draw? We have shrug it off. So here's what you do. Heavy blade, shrug it off. We should have made him vulnerable first. Absolutely. Did I just play shrug it off? That's not what I meant to do, but luckily I'm not the world's biggest idiot. I know we should still vulnerable him, and we're running out of opportunities to make him weak. Yeah, okay, we can't do it. We still have to make him weak, so hit him with the shockwave. That bums me out, because it's just my own stupidity that led to that. Because what I was going to do is headbutt, bring back Heavy Blade, and then use Warcry to draw it. You get the idea. But instead what we're going to do is headbutt, bring back Heavy Blade, and then we can't play it this turn. But we're only taking 7 damage, and he's going to be debuffed for essentially the rest of Earth's existence. I think it is probably worth playing in Flame. Let's do it. Hit him with the Warcry first. Well, I'll tell you what. I'd like to keep him debuffed. Twin Strike is still great, but we want to definitely play both Warcries. I don't know, dude. I think we still, like, pommel decently. There's some serious irony in me not realizing that. Anyway, hit ya. Nothing wrong with that. We're still taking a little damage, but he is going to be probably killed this turn, honestly. I don't really want to play a power that's not incredible. So, hey, all you naysayers for Cleave, check it out. Cleave just got me the first phase kill on Awakened one, and it totally was not due to us having 24 strength up. Alright, he is awake and quite angry. Headbutt. Headbutt. Limit Break. Shrug it off. Limit Break. Iron Wave. Don't really want to play Bloodletting here. So we're taking 11 damage. We have 48 strength up. This should be an incredibly simple finish for us here. We do have Pen Nib. Don't mind hitting. Well, wait. Yeah, let's just hit you like for 212 right off the bat. You're dead. Dude, that was a good daily. Solid. Didn't really run into trouble anywhere. I mean, it's partly because it was just extremely easy to begin with, and 1,131 damage might literally be our highest score ever. So I don't think we really dropped the ball too badly. And remember, I'm Miss Lethal today. We're 1,300th in the world. So that, like, seems bad. But look at that, we tied with Eminem. So how bad could it be? Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.